Hi, Marquita. Welcome. I want to thank you for being here today. I just want to remember that this is a safe space where you can share freely what you are going through. What's bring you here today?
Hi, good morning, Sophie. Thank
Hi.
you so much. Um, I decided to come because I feel like there's some things that I can't handle anymore. Like at work, I feel incapable, like everything I do is wrong. And when I get home, instead of resting, I face more responsibilities as a wife, a mother of four. I have two fur babies. And my husband doesn't support me much. And, we do have a little financial problems, but I just feel like the wait never ends.
I see, Marquita. I see. It sounds like you are carrying a heavy load both at work and also at home. What you are describing is emotional fatigue where negative thoughts take up too much space on your mind. So before we continue, I would like to explain how I work so you will know what to expect. Okay. I will use cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT. This approach focuses on the connection between your thoughts and emotions and also your behaviors. In CBT, we will identify negative automatic thoughts, those quick messages that pop up in your mind. Also, question and challenge them to see if they are 100 true or not. Restructure them into more realistic and balanced thoughts. Look at behaviors that keep your stuck and practice new coping strategies, and also set specific goals and homeworks like work step by step to help you regain confidence and energy. CBT has proven benefits. It can improve your mood, give your practical tools for everyday life, and increase your overall quality of life. How does that sounds good to you?
It does. Thank you. It sounds really good. I think I need that because sometimes it's just, I feel like I'm trapped in my mind and I don't know how to stop it. I
I
mean,
know.
sometimes it's just overwhelming. Sometimes I have to go for a breather, go for a walk, or just sometimes just sit in the car.
Yeah, I know. Great. Let's start with a concrete example. Tell me about a recent situation at work when you felt you weren't doing well.
So last week I had to turn in an important report and I made a lot of mistakes and my boss corrected me in front of my coworkers. I mean, I felt so ashamed and I thought, to myself, like, oh, I'm useless. I don't deserve this job. And then sooner or later, they're going to fire me. Everything just became overwhelmed.
I understand. It's not really good that someone told you from everybody your mistakes, but thank you for sharing that. That thought, like when you think I am useless, is what we call a negative automatic thoughts in CBT. In that moment, what emotions did you feel and how strong were they from 1 to 10?
Deep down inside, I felt sadness. I felt shame. So I'll say maybe like a 9 out of 10.
Wow, it's high. Okay, you say I am useless. Let me ask you, what does mean to you?
To me, like I'm a failure, that others see me as someone that don't know their job and maybe that I don't belong here.
Okay, thank you for going deeper because I want to know what is the meaning for you of those negative thoughts. Now let's examine that thought. Do you have any evidence that you never do anything right at work?
Not really. Sometimes I do things good. I mean, at least to me, I feel like they're good. My boss has even congratulated me, before,
Okay.
or gave me my kudos. But when I make a mistake, I only focus on that, and I know that's just me, being hard on myself. But yeah, it's hard on me.
Exactly, exactly. So maybe we could reframe the thought like this. How about if you tell, I made a mistake on this report, but I have also skills or shown skills and done good work before. How does that sound? This, if we reframe the negative thoughts in these new thoughts.
I mean, it sounds more realistic.
Yeah, because it's the truth. You
Yeah.
are good in a lot of stuff, and sometimes maybe we make mistakes because we are humans and we have a bad days. So it's more realistic. Okay, good. And when you think in this new way, how does your sadness change from 9?
Maybe maybe a 6.
Okay, perfect. That is a good advance. That's cognitive restructuring. It's not about denying mistakes, but about putting them in a further perspective. Now let's move to home. You mentioned feeling overloaded there too. Can you give me a recent example that a situation that you feel really bad at home?
Um, yeah. So yesterday I came home very tired. I sat in the car maybe about probably about at least 45 minutes.
Oh, wow, okay.
But knowing that once I walk through the door, I still have to cook dinner and help the kids with homework. Meanwhile, my husband, he's on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking at his phone. He loves social media. And I just thought to myself, I'm alone and no one helps me, and I could feel my anxiety, starting.
Yeah, it's hard. Sometimes it's really hard. I understand. I understand. That the thoughts creates for you hopelessness. Like, let me ask you, what does it mean to you when you think I am alone?
Uh, it means I can't count on anyone. I'm in a room, no one sees me. That if I do anything, no one else will, or I mean, like I'm just trapped.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for explaining that. Let me think on this thought. Are there moments when you do get some help, even if it's not enough, but maybe you can get some help a little bit, at least?
Mhm. Um, I mean, sometimes my kids, they help a little, and occasionally, my husband cooks, or, here and there, he may take the kids to school, which is, surprising for me.
It's surprising for you, but it's a little help.
Yeah.
It's something. Okay, good. Then a more balanced thought could be, I feel overloaded today, but I am not completely alone because you are not alone. I do get help, some help, even if it's not every day, every time, but I do some help. I have some help. How does your emotions change with that alternative thought?
I mean, I feel less frustrated, but it's still hard. But I mean, I don't feel as hopeless.
Okay, excellent, excellent. That's another way that CBT help us our mind perspective. To
Mhm.
practice this in your daily life, I would like to give you an exercise, okay? Like a homework. This week, try to using a thought record. Each time you feel very down, tired, um, I need that you write the situation, okay? The situation that you feel that make you feel really bad, the automatic thought for that situation, the emotion and intensity you can put until 1 to 10, and also an alternative, more balanced thought. Do you think you can try this?
Yeah, yeah, I'll try. I think it helps me, it helps me notice what I'm thinking about, and slows down my breathing, so it doesn't overwhelm me.
Okay, perfect, exactly. Writing down will you give more your clarity. To close this first session with you, let me summarize. Today we identify your automatic thoughts, explore what they mean to you, question them, and created more realistic alternative thoughts. This is just the beginning, Marquita. But
Mhm.
each time you practice, you will be training your mind to step out of that cycle of negative, okay?
Thank you. I feel, lighter and I hope, well, I'm gonna work on it more and, hopefully this change, a little bit, day by
Okay,
day.
okay. I'm glad to hear that, Marquita. Remember, this is a process, step by step, and just by being here, you have already taken the first important step. So I will see you next week, okay?
All right. Thank
Bye,
you.
Marquita.
Bye-bye.